In this video, I'm going to discuss about again the psychology of weight loss, and I've come with the strategies and tools to give you about how to go about the weight loss. As I already told you in the previous video, the psychology of weight loss, that means the weight loss programs should start with the mind first. You should plan mentally even before starting with any kind of weight loss program, whatever it may be. Rather, it can be going for the yoga class, or it can be registering yourself to the gym, or going for a walk in the park, or it can be about any fat diet programs, whatever it could be. Before going on to any kind of diet programs or this kind of cardio programs, first thing is you should mentally make up yourself. So I already discussed about the barriers, so here straight away I'll just go into the tools. The first would be to understand that we all love food and we need it for the energy. So it's not possible to stay away from the food in terms of like very strict diet programs. So all you have to understand is you can definitely go on a diet, but on a balanced good meal, and you should not stay away from your much needed calories which you need for your energy intake. Especially you can't skip the breakfast at all, because I hear a lot of people go for a lot of new kind of diet programs which can go against your metabolism and all that in the long run. Especially for women, it's not recommended at all. So please do follow a proper balanced diet, and wherein you can stay away from the so-called junk foods and also from the sugar and fatty food items, but please do take in an adequate amount of protein, and also even fat to some extent it is good, and carbohydrates, all those in a balanced way. It's very important that you shouldn't skip the meal and all that, and also don't take it like a painful thing to do, because people say you should be really self-disciplined, no pains no gains. Please don't ever go by this kind of thing. Whatever you're going to do with lot of pain and stress, it's not going to yield any benefits. Any benefits in the sense, in the long run, I would say, it can be immediately, it will feel like you've lost some 2 to 3 kgs or 5 kgs, but then you won't be able to sustain. And after all that weight loss, and once again if there is any dip which you could feel and feel like, I have to restart my program, you'll feel like, oh my god, let me be obese itself, I don't want to go into again. Because whenever you could think back about your weight loss program, it will look like a stressful situation for you to bear it. So rather, if it is like an enjoyable thing which you could make it as a part of your lifestyle, then you would definitely do it all your lifetime, isn't it? So make it such an enjoyable program, like doing an every day 1 hour of exercise, where you can do all everything together, like walking or jogging, or you can do some weights, or you also can go for Zumba classes, or you can go for any other things which can actually keep you happy, and whatever you feel like which is good for you, which can work for you, please choose such programs. Don't just subscribe yourself to programs which is very difficult for you to follow, and later when you look back it's going to be painful. So that's the first thing I want you to keep in mind. And one more thing is, please set your goal, the weight loss goal, how much weight I want to reduce, or how fit I want to look, and all these things have some mental makeup and motivation. In order to get motivated, goal setting is so important. And when you are goal setting, make sure it's a smart goal. That means it should be a realistic goal also. It should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, and also it should be realistic and time bound. So let's say you are like 90 kgs and you want to reduce it to 60 kgs or 55 kgs, not a problem. But when are you going to attain this? Some people say, ma'am, I will attain this in another 2 months. Completely unrealistic. And you want to reduce 10 kgs of weight in a month? If you're going to do that, definitely you're inviting a lot of health related problems for your own self. It may look like you're yielding the results very soon, but your diseases are also waiting very soon for you. Sorry for threatening you, but that's a fact. So everything has to go step by step. So what I would suggest is, you should have a very realistic program in hand. What a realistic program would look like is, I cannot prescribe on a generic basis for you, depending on your metabolism, depending on your age, depending on your gender. You know yourself, and optimally I would say that for a month 2 kg would be an optimum thing to lose. And for people who are really obese and all that, probably a little more. Okay, you have to consult a psychologist and a nutritionist and a person who is certified gym instructor to go on for this kind of goals. It's very important. And because people set unrealistic goals, they put themselves in the path of failure. They get easily fed up. Oh, I really thought that 5 kgs have to reduce, and now that I've reduced only 1 kg, I don't want to do this once again. So if you're rather realistic, you'll be happy to see your weight loss, even if it can be like 1 kg. So then you'll feel like, okay, let's do this even more. And for staying sustained at the goal, one more important secret ingredient is to reward yourself. I already talked about all these things in, making a habits, making how to make good habits. So I can give the link for that particular video. So I'm not going to go more details into it. You can see that video about how to make anything as your habit in your routine. So, and I would rather suggest you to write all the benefits of becoming fit, and also having a role model all over your room, and also having that goal in your smartphone, and every day you look into it, and every day just you have to subscribe yourselves to nice Instagram post or any Gold Coast video or something where they talk about weight loss and in such inspiring talks. Every day a little dosage. Sometimes you keep seeing the videos for 2 hours, 3 hours, you get so motivated, today I'll go hit the gym and do exercise for 2 hours, come back so tired and not going again. Doesn't help. So every day consistently you have to listen to these things to keep yourself motivated. And once your milestone is not like only after I lose 5 kg I'll be happy. No, even if you hit that, you have to just break the goals. Like if it's going to be 10 kg, break it to like 2 kgs. Whenever you reach that milestone, treat yourself. But make sure the treat is not going to be again pasta or ice creams or biryanis. You need to go for a pant which is going to fit into your new body shape, and also you can go to for a party where you're not going to binge eat. So these are the goals you can think of to keep yourself, more motivated, or go to some holiday destination, or going out with your friends for a movie. Any kind of reward plan for yourself to keep motivated. So more on this, you can just look into the video linked how to make weight loss a habit. Okay, so this is all about it. And next thing, again, to answer those barriers which was discussed in the previous video, you could think about your own body image. What's my body image? Do I love myself? Do I love myself the way I look right now? Not after your weight loss. I'm sure all of you are going to love yourself after your weight loss. But are you loving yourself right now? The answer may be no. But I would rather tell you and urge you to love yourself even right now. Go look yourself in front of the mirror and tell, I love myself, I love my body, I accept myself. 10 to 20 times every day you can do this activity, and you will feel much good about yourself. Without liking who you are right now, you can't go to a place where you want to be. So please like yourself for who you are right now. And next thing is to have a good lifestyle, about which I already spoke in the last video. Please follow proper lifestyle. Without having a proper lifestyle, please don't expect any weight loss to happen in you. And which is maybe unhealthy weight loss, but not a proper weight loss cannot happen without a right lifestyle. It's again about having balanced food, exercise and sleep. I'm telling this again and again as it's very important. The next thing is have some adaptive coping strategies for stress management. That is very important, because a lot of people, whenever they are stressed, they go on to maladaptive coping strategies like binge eating or binge watching. Whenever you're going to binge watch Netflix, you'll have your popcorn or whatever, and you're going to order in Swiggy or Uber Eats and eat it. So just watch yourself for emotional eating. Okay, if you're getting so stressed, nothing can stop you from being an emotional eater. So just watch out for your stress and get into the warning signs of stress. I'm also going to give a link for the video regarding stress management and source of stress, about which I've talked a lot. So please look into the video links and understand what are the warning signs of stress. Before stress could take all over you, you need to control it by having proper coping techniques. Otherwise you will end up emotional eating, and even after so much of efforts, all your efforts will go waste if you're going to binge eat. So because it's biological, it's going to push you into eating, because of the glucose imbalances which is going to happen because of the stress hormones. You don't have much say over it, and whatever that particular situation you can't control. So how much of self-control you may have, you can't control because of the stress surges. So please do understand how to manage stress properly. That's very important. I'm not going to go details about it. Just look into the video link for how to manage stress properly to avoid that emotional eating part. And the next part I'm coming directly to is to watch your self-talk. This is where your subconscious beliefs which are going to block your progress towards your goal. And let's say I'm like reducing weight of 5 kgs, and suddenly my relatives come and say, oh, Dr. Chitra, you look like, you're not looking good, you're looking sick. and all that, then I may not continue. I may not continue with the same enthusiasm as before. So you can't always look for validation from people. If this is going to be a barrier, you should know. But how will you know? I'm going to share a technique by which you can figure out all the subconscious beliefs which is going to stop you towards the goal attainment. Please write your journal. Whenever some thoughts cross your mind, just write it down. You'll be surprised to know, am I thinking this way? Am I really thinking this way? I really don't know, because your mind can trick you like anything. So when you only write it down, then you know these are the blocks or barriers and you're subconsciously just blocking you. So figure out your thoughts and beliefs about towards the weight loss and towards eating, towards dieting. What are your ideas about it? Okay, maybe your old grandma would have said one day, if you don't eat proper food, you will die. Then that will not allow you to stop from eating all these foods your mom makes. So you won't know what could be a barriers, what could be your blocking belief. Write it down, then find out an alternate beliefs, a positive belief which could substitute that, and then you can definitely go beyond the barrier to reach your goal. So this is the most important part. And one more thing is, you need to start thinking positively about yourself, and also about how you will look later and how you're looking right now also. So positive thinking is very important, and you should practice positive thinking almost daily. Positive thinking is one which will keep you in a positive emotional state, because people do binge eating and emotional eating because they are feeling frustrated, depressed, not in a very nice mindset, sad and all that. But if you're going to practice positive thinking, it will keep you in the positive mood, which will enable you to have a lot of self-control, much needed willpower, and that will be very, doing wonders. And one more small technique I would say is, let's say yesterday you've eaten a lot of chocolates and ice creams, and you felt very bad about it, and you're continuing to feel very bad about it. That's not actually good. What you should do is, I've eaten a lot yesterday, so today what I can do to manage that? Probably I need to do an extra an hour of exercise to burn those calories. You can do it. The more you do, what will happen is, next time you wanted to eat that food you're craving for, you think about, next day I have to exercise more, so let me better not eat now. So instead of feeling bad about what you've already done, which you can do nothing about, think about what I can do to manage that. So that would be always better, rather than preoccupying yourself with the past. Let's see what can be done now. That is very important. That's how you should change the way you think. And last important tip is to have a journal where you write down everything you eat. I myself had followed this. Nobody has taught me. That's a power of having your goal all for yourself. When you set a goal, you need not even need a psychologist like me or any other things to come and tell you, like any other magazines or something to come and tell you these are the ways you should reduce weight. Your mind will give you a right path about what to do, how to do it, everything. It will tell you very clearly. Even before me knowing all this through any other resources, my mind taught me all these techniques all by itself. So I used to take a journal and write everything, serial number, date, and write morning what is the breakfast I took, afternoon what's the lunch I've taken, in between what are the cheap things I've done, like what kind of snacks I've taken, and also after the dinner what did I eat. All those things will go into the diary. And if everything goes into the diary, after looking it for a week, then I know I'll feel guilty about where and all I ate more, and that will stop me from eating more in the next week. So that's giving me a immediate feedback. That's a wonderful technique. Please have a food journal. Or for all of you, it could be of great use. Then you know where you're going really wrong, and when you felt stressed and how your eating habits increases. All this you know. And also in your room, whenever possible, you can have a chart, like how you're progressing. And always don't look forward, I have to lose 20 kg, I've just lost 4 kgs. Just look behind, backwards. I was like this person who can even shake any kind of weight. But now I've lost 4 kgs and I have few more journey to go towards that weight loss. I can do it. That is how you look backwards instead of looking forward in that kind of goal setting. This is a different way of looking backwards. So always keep yourself motivated. And one last thing is, believe in yourself. And human beings are capable of doing much more bigger things, and weight loss is not just a greatest thing to do. Definitely all of you are capable of doing it, and we can do it. Only thing is, we need to just mentally make up our mind. Mind is a powerful thing which can direct and dictate our body to follow whatever blocks it is going to face. So just block or break those barriers which your mind is going to face, your body will definitely follow the mind's instruction and you will definitely reach the much needed weight loss goal. So stay fit and think positive. Stay tuned to my videos. Let's catch up again in the next videos. Have a very nice day. Bye.